नको कौस्तुभ, वेळ घालवू नको. Am I audible to you all? Friends? Friends, am I audible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is the screen visible to all? Is the screen visible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, next we will start liquid crystal polymer. First, we have seen the conducting polymer, two types, extrinsic and intrinsic. Extrinsic are the insulators, but by adding the certain chemicals or the certain substances, like metal oxide, carbon black, etc., we can make them conduct the electricity, and they are called as extrinsic. Then intrinsic, we have seen that basically they are conducting, but by either creating positive charge by oxidation by using Lewis acid like I2Br2PF6, we can force them to conduct the electricity. That is P doping, and another is N doping. N doping is by reduction by using Lewis base like sodium, lithium, etc. Then we have seen the properties of this. Now, by looking at the length of the syllabus and the time available, the decision is taken that the certain part is kept for the flip classroom. And flip classroom means you are supposed to prepare on your own and you have to present what you have understood. So application of all types of polymers, that construction, etc., which we will see that you are going to prepare. No doubt I am going to teach them in the class, and I am also going to share the PPTs and the notes with you. Someone, you please share your mail ID to my personal WhatsApp. I will send the PPT of the and the notes of first unit as well as second unit to you. First unit, we have taken the whole syllabus. We have not kept anything for self-study. Self-study as it is, I am not giving you for the studying thoroughly on your own. Little bit idea I am giving, but even then you are supposed to give, and that percentage should be 10 to 30% according to the norms of the AICTE, All India Council for Technical Education. I will explain everything, but yeah, I will share the PPT also. You have to modify the PPT, not you are going to present it at, and when you will be asked, you will be able to present those. We'll arrange the Zoom meeting in extra turn, not in regular turn, and then randomly in one lecture, all will be present. Attendance will be compulsory for all. We are going to take the flip classroom. At least 10 students will be given randomly the choice to present. If you will come on your own, it's good. Otherwise, randomly, I'll select anyone. So you keep it ready by next week. Anytime when our HOD will guide us, that time we'll have the flip classroom. But at least I will give 2 or 3 days for preparation. After today's our lecture, one of you send me your mail ID, because your PNR number is important. Your name dot PNR number at viit.ac.in. I know that. So someone send it on my personal WhatsApp group. My phone number is also there with the group. But even if you want, you just note it down. It is 9850039126. Have you noted it down? Yes. Who will
Yes,
take
ma'am.
who will take the charge of this? please mail your mail ID of someone. I will
Okay, ma'am.
I will share the PPT as well as notes of first unit as well as second unit. First unit, nothing is there for flip classroom, but for second unit, application of polymer is totally you are going to prepare. No doubt, I'm not keeping everything on you. Little bit slight passing reference I will give for the application also. This is because even if we'll use 8 lectures, the syllabus cannot be completed for second unit, and that is why these lectures which are there we will conduct as flip classroom in the extra turn. Now, when to be taken that I will ask my HOD and I will let you know. Next, we have to start the second type of specialty polymer is the liquid crystal polymer. First were the conducting polymer, now liquid crystal polymer. Shortly, they are called as LCP, liquid crystal polymer. Now, on the basis of the structure, if any polymer, if you heat it, directly it get converted to liquid phase. But there are certain polymer which before getting converted to liquid phase completely, they get converted to semi-solid phase or semi-liquid phase. And that semi-solid phase or semi-liquid phase is called as mesomorphic phase. And this mesomorphic phase is also called as liquid crystal polymer. I'll repeat, all the polymer generally when heated get converted directly to a liquid phase, but there are certain polymers, we'll see the example, when they are heated, before they are converted to liquid phase, they are converted to semi solid or semi liquid phase, which is called as mesomorphic phase. And this mesomorphic phase is nothing but called as LCP. Here you can see that here the the resultant molecules or the constituent particles are arranged in a definite manner. Here there is a random arrangement is there, but in the mesomorphic phase or in liquid crystal, little bit ordered arrangement is there and little bit disturbed arrangement is there. So that is the our liquid crystal polymer. Now there are two types of liquid crystal polymer, thermotropic and leutropic. When you take all the constituent of polymer and you over a large when it forms a polymer chain and during the melting stage, not after the solution is prepared. So take all the constituent particles and heat them, and during the crystallization stage, if they form the long polymeric chain, they are called as thermotropic. हीट करत असताना मेल्ट झाल्या झाल्या त्याचे पॉलिमरच्या चेन तयार होतात मेल्ट होत असताना, अँड दॅट टाइप ऑफ लिक्विड क्रिस्टल इज कॉल्ड ॲज थर्मोट्रॉपिक. आणि जेव्हा पूर्णपणे मेल्ट झाल्यानंतर जेव्हा पॉलिमर चेन तयार होतात त्याला म्हणायचं लिओट्रॉपिक लिक्विड क्रिस्टल पॉलिमर. So we have two types. Either if the polymeric chain of the liquid crystal polymer are formed during the crystallization, that is during the melting of the constituent particles, then it is called as thermotropic. And after the solution is formed, if you get, then it is called as the leutropic liquid crystal polymer. Now, so these are the types of their types of liquid crystal polymer. There are three types depending on the structure: smectic, pneumatic, and polysteric. Instead of reading to this, I will explain it with the help of their structure. This is smectic. You can see that the constituent particles are arranged in a ordered manner in the parallel as well as in the lateral structure. So in the parallel structure, see, this is the parallel pattern and this is the lateral pattern. In both parallel as well as lateral pattern, there is a ordered arrangement of constituent particle, and this type of liquid crystal polymer is called as smectic. Now here you can see parallelly to somewhat the distinct arrangement is there, but laterally it is totally disturbed arrangement is there. So parallelly they are arranged in the ordered manner, but laterally they are not in a ordered manner, in a fixed manner. That type of liquid crystal is called as pneumatic. I'll repeat, if in the parallelly as well as laterally, if the ordered arrangement is there of the constituent particle in the liquid crystal polymer, it is called as smectic. And if the parallel arrangement is correct, means a little bit in ordered manner, but lateral, no way it is in the specific manner, then it is called as nematic. Third type is cholesteric. Cholesteric, you will find that parallel arrangement is there, but in there are different layer. In this layer, you can see parallel arrangement is there, but they are in the horizontal direction. Orientation is in the horizontal direction. For second layer, here they are coming from left corner to the right corner, left corner to the right corner. Here the orientation is from top to bottom. So even if the parallel arrangement is there, the orientation is different. So this type of crystal is called as the cholesteric. So in the examination, maybe the structure will be given to you. You have to identify which type of liquid crystal polymer it is, whether it is a smectic, nematic, or cholesteric. See the spelling of cholesteric correctly. So that will be the maybe a question for the MCQ type. So here parallel arrangement is there like a nematic, but the orientation of the constituent particle is in different direction. Here horizontal, here from left to right, here it is from top to bottom, here it is from right to left corner, here again horizontal, here left to right, here top to bottom, here right to left, and horizontal like that. And the distance between two consecutive uh, layers is called as pitch, P-I-T-C-H. The distance between the two parallel layers is called as pitch. Whatever I have described, it is given in this slide. So that is there. Now, what are the properties of liquid crystal? For any polymer, certain properties are common. They have good thermal stability. Remember this, they have good thermal stability, good dimensional stability, high tensile strength, low density, and good corrosion and heat resistance. These are certain properties which are applicable to all the types of specialty polymer. High tensile strength, good thermal stability, high dimensional stability. Dimensional stability means on heating their dimension do not changes. So that is dimensional stability. So they can resist the heat effect of heat. There is no difference in their dimensions on heating. They can be easily molded. They have good electrical properties at high temperature, uh, be- and they have good chemical and solvent resistance. These are the additional which are applicable only for liquid crystal, but all the polymer, specialty polymer, thermal stability, dimensional stability, low density, these are the, and good resistance to the heat and corrosion chemicals. These are the properties applicable to all. Am I going little fast today? Yes. Am I going little
Yes.
fast today?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
want me to repeat again?
Yes, ma'am.
You want me to,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
from where?
ma'am.
From where? Liquid crystal? From here? Chalo, tell me fast. From this
No, ma'am,
slide?
it was
21 slide.
21 slides. Yes.
Okay. There are two types of liquid crystal. One is thermotropic and one is leutropic. Due to heat, thermo means heat. Due to heat, when the polymer chains are formed, that is when the crystallization is not yet complete, when they are in a molten state, then whatever liquid crystal polymer you get, they are called as thermotropic. Still the heating is going on, good type of crystal are not formed, they are in the molten state, and crystallization is yet to be complete. That time if the polymer chains are formed, then it is called as thermotropic. Have you understood? Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
Yes,
when
ma'am.
you start heating, the they are completely melted. The constituent particles are completely melted. They form a solution, and from solution, if you get the polymer chain, from solution means at a later stage, after the heating is complete, after the molten mass is ready, which is called as solution, then if you get the formation of polymer chain of the liquid crystal polymer, then it is called as leutropic. So thermotropic during the melting and leutropic during the solution phase. Only remember during the molten state and during the solution state, means during heating and after heating is done. Are you clear now? Have I made you clear? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now this is the slide. What are the different types of liquid crystal polymer on the basis of structure? But you will understand it here better in smectic. Smectic is type, you can see that there is a ordered arrangement parallelly as well as laterally. Laterally means this way also the ordered arrangement is there as compared to these two structure. So when you find the constituent particles arranged in a definite manner in the parallel as well as lateral form, then it is called as smectic. But if here you will find parallelly, maybe there is a definite order, not to that extent, but little bit it is there parallelly. All are going parallel in one direction only. There is not ordered arrangement, but all of them are oriented in the same direction. So, but in the laterally, see one is up, one is down, etc. That sequence is not followed. This is called as nematic. Now, third type is cholesteric. In cholesteric, you get parallel arrangement, but it is in the form of layer. This is the first layer, which they are called as B layer, in which all constituent particles are in the horizontal layer, but they follow the parallel pattern. In the layer, this is layer A, this is layer B. In B also, the parallel arrangement is there, but orientation is in the different direction. Left top corner to right bottom corner. Here also they are parallelly arranged constituent particle, but orientation is different, top to bottom. Here also though they are parallelly arranged, but orientation is different, top right corner to bottom left corner. Here they are parallelly arranged where they have in the horizontal manner. Here left to right, here again top to bottom, here from right to left, and here parallel. So when this type of peculiar arrangement is observed, it is called as cholesteric. This is on the basis of arrangement. And when the polymer chains are formed, that time if the during heating they are formed, it is thermotropic. And after heating, the when the solution is ready and when cooling is going on, that type it is called as pleiotropic. So in the examination for MCQ type, you may ask, the structure may be given to you and you will be asked to write down which type of liquid crystal polymer it is, whether it is a smectic, pneumatic, or cholesteric. So you have to answer it. So that are now what are the properties of liquid crystal? Liquid crystal also like a earlier crystal is a special conducting polymer, like a special polymer it is. So for all specialty polymers, certain properties are common. So remember those properties. They are thermally stable, do not get affected by heat very much. They are dimensionally stable. They are resistant to action of chemicals. They have all low density. They are light in weight, and that is why nowadays polymer are used instead of the metals for many applications. They are light in weight, low density, thermal stability, high tensile strength, high dimensional stability. These are the properties which are applicable to almost all types of specialty polymer. First specialty polymer we have seen conducting polymer. Conducting we have seen two types, extrinsic and intrinsic. Intrinsic we have seen p doping and n doping. Extrinsic we have seen the two type during the molting stage and during the uh, preparation stage. We are adding the constituent to make them conducting. Now, is it okay? Have you understood everything? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Now these are the application of liquid crystal. What question will be there? Out of this, any four will be given, three will be correct and one will be wrong. So you will be asked out of the following, which is not the application of liquid crystal polymer. And to know that, for that you have to learn all these applications. The question will be, listen, four proper application will be given, three will be correct and one will be wrong, and you will be asked to tick mark only the wrong application. So for that you must know what is the right application, what are the right application. So prepare all this. In the chemical appliances it is used for storage of chemicals. It is also used in the CD, VCD, etc. That is there. Then it is used in the electronic and electrical equipment like cables, switches, panel, etc. It is also used for the IC devices, in the housing for light wave conductors, and then in variety of aerospace application as filler for composite material. Filler are added. This type of plastic is added as a filler. Filler means to reduce the cost of the plastic. Filler is for certain properties also, but mainly fillers are readily available with a low cost, and if they are added 10 to 20% by weight of total composition, since they are available at a low cost, they are going to reduce the cost of the resultant polymer, and that is the role of filler. See, again, I'll repeat what is the role of filler. They are easily available with a low cost, so they are reducing certain cost of the polymer. And second function is that the filler gives certain properties like a different shade of the plastic or polymer. The pigment gives the exact shade, but if you want that shade to be diluted, you can dilute it to desired extent by using the filler. So some properties like this are given by filler, and therefore it is also used as filler, and it is used in the military application. So remember all of this. 1 minute I'll give, try to recall all the application, then we'll move further. In 1 minute prepare all these application, and then I will move further. Are you through? Are you through?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now we'll move further. Sometimes later I will ask, because immediately you will give the answer. I know I'm a bit confident, and otherwise also you will give the these are the application. This application as a liquid crystal display, as the name indicates, it is used as a in the electronic display device. The liquid crystal is used in the electronic display device, CCTV camera, etc., etc. So whatever are these are the electronic devices in that liquid crystal is used. Now this liquid crystal display are made by applying the heat or the voltage to the layer of liquid crystal. We have only layered structure only for which type of liquid crystal? Yes, we have seen the structure for three types of liquid crystal polymer, in which case you get the layered structure: smectic, pneumatic, or cholesteric. Yes,
Cholesteric.
cholesteric. So by applying voltage to that, you can convert it into a display device, electronic display device. It is used for the electronic games, as viewfinders, for digital cameras, etc. These are the application. These application are you are supposed to prepare. So in the electronic devices, they are used after applying the voltage to the layers of liquid crystal, inducing their changes in their optical properties. They are used in the electronic games as also as viewfinder, digital cameras. They are used. They are used in the electronic boards, coding boards, monitors for computers, and their flat panel television. These are the certain application. These application are shown diagrammatically in this picture, in the television panel and in the computer monitor. Now, next important, that is the special type of polymer, specialty polymer. First was conducting polymer, second was non-conducting polymer, third was specialty polymer, fourth was non-conducting polymer, and fifth was conducting polymer. So here, third type of specialty, first was conducting polymer, extrinsic, intrinsic. Second type of polymer, liquid crystal polymer. We have seen thermotropic and leotropic, and on the basis of structure, we have smectic, then we have pneumatic and cholesteric. We have seen the properties and application. Next is electroluminescent polymer. The polymer which emit light when the voltage is applied, the polymer which emit the light when voltage is applied from 2 to 10 volt, it is called as electroluminescent polymer. The polymer which emit the light on application of voltage from 2 to 10 volt. It is called as the electroluminescent polymer. Who has done it? Yes. Southie. Who is Southie? Huh? Who is Southie? Who has done this? See? Give me your name in the chat box in my private, to the private conversation. Otherwise, I'll declare your name in the CRACR group immediately after the lecture. Limit your nuisance. I know that you have left the group now. The screenshot is with me. I can easily find out, and the name also was displayed here. Please limit your nuisance. Please limit your nuisance. So electroluminescent polymer is the one which on application of voltage can emit the light. Then we have the two major application of this polymer. One is PLED, that is polymer light emitting diode. PLED, polymer light emitting diode. And second application is the organic light emitting diode. These are the two examples or the application of electroluminescent polymer. These are the two applications, PLED and OLED. PLED stand for polymer light emitting diode, and OLED is the organic light emitting diode. They are there. Now, what is the difference between them? It is the light emitting diode which is used for display device like CCTV cameras, etc., etc. And this is the one OLED which is considered as the organic semiconductor. For both of them, conjugated double bonds are required. Conjugated means alternate double bond, alternate single bond, alternate double bond, and alternate single bond, alternate double bond, alternate single bond, alternate single bond, alternate double bond, and so. So these both of them, PLED as well as OLED, they are basically considered as organic semiconductors. What is semiconductor? Insulator means they do not conduct electricity at all. Semiconductors are in between the conductors and insulator. So these are considered, OLED especially is considered as organic semiconductors because of this peculiar structure. Conductivity is due to the presence of delocalized electron. Delocalized electrons are there because the pi bond is there, and these are alternate, which is called as conjugated double bonds or conjugated single bond. Conjugated means alternate single, alternate double. So these are called, also called as OLED, also called as conjugated polymer, and these are considered as organic semiconductors. Then next one, the structure of OLED and PLED. I'll explain it here. It will be more better. What is requirement for OLED? What is the long form of OLED? Yes,
Organic light emitting.
diode.
Diode.
And what is
Diode.
PLED? What is PLED?
Polymer light
Polymeric
emitting.
light
Polymer
emitting
light
diode.
emitting.
Light emitting diode.
Diode. Polymer light emitting diode mainly used in the display devices, and OLED, they are considered as organic compound. They are considered as conjugated polymer organic superconductor semiconductors. Now, what is the basic requirement for OLED or PLED formation? We want one substrate, one base, which is either made up of glass or plastic. Substrate or the base on which you are going to manufacture OLED, or you are going to construct OLED or PLED. Then you should have the transparent anode. It should not be opaque or translucent. You should be able to see across. So that is transparent anode is the basic condition for both OLED and PLED. The transparent anode is usually of indium tin oxide, ITO. Indium tin oxide, the material is which is transparent in nature. Then your normal conjugated polymer, which is organic semiconductor. This polymer is the organic semiconductor with conjugated double bond and conjugated single bond. Then we have a cathode. Usually cathode is either aluminum or calcium or magnesium. It is not transparent. So we have to arrange these layers or sheets in this order. We have a glass or plastic substrate. On that we have a transparent anode which is made up of indium tin oxide. On that we have a polymer which is a conjugated polymer, which is also called as organic semiconductor, and cathode may be of aluminum, calcium or magnesium. They are arranged here, and the 2 to 10 voltage is applied across this anode and cathode. When voltage is applied, the anode, you know that it is transparent, it gives holes. Holes means it creates positive charges in the structure, in the polymer. This is your polymer. Middle one is your polymer. This is your anode and this is your cathode. Anode is a ITO. What is long form of ITO? What is long form of ITO? Chalo, speak out. Indium tin oxide. Chalo, speak out.
Indium tin
Indium
oxide.
tin
tin
oxide.
And it is transparent. It is transparent. And when the voltage of 2 to 10 volt, again remember the value 2 to 10 volt is applied, then the anode start giving the positive charges. It will induce the positive charges in the polymer, which is a semiconductor, organic semiconductor with conjugation in it. So it will create positive charges. When the positive charges are formed, when the electrons are removed. So this anode will generate the positive charges or holes. These positive charges are called as holes, HOLES. And at the same time, the cathode will generate electron. When the voltage is applied, this is the arrangement. We have a glass or plastic substrate on which we have an anode, on which we have a polymeric plate, which is so a semiconductor, organic semiconductor, which is having a conjugated structure, and the cathode, which is not transparent, either it is a aluminum, calcium or magnesium. It is there. Voltage is applied across the two electrode, then it gives the holes or the positive charges it generates in the polymer, and whereas cathode generates electron, it gives electrons in the polymer. And this they electron they travel towards anode, and positive hole they travel towards cathode. When they are moving in opposite direction, they meet each other and they combine to form photon. They meet together when these are traveling towards cathode, and when they are coming towards anode, they combine to form the photon, and that photon is emitted in the form of light, and that is called as, what is it called as? Which type of polymer it is? Yes, which emits the light. What is it called as?
Light emitting
Emoluminescent polymer. Emoluminescent polymer. We have seen it. Don't forget it. Emoluminescent polymer. चला 10 वेळा म्हणा मनातल्या मनात. Emoluminescent polymer. And what is the requirement? The glass or plastic substrate, transparent anode, usually made up of Indian tin oxide. Then the polymer, which is the having complicated structure, alternate double and single bond are there. And then we have a cathode, which is made up of aluminum, calcium, and magnesium. So this is there. Then this is the application of electroluminescent polymer, which you are supposed to prepare on your own. It is used for a display for computer monitors, television screen, mobile phone displays, etc., and color pixels in the inkjet printing. Okay, now the application, first application is in the display unit and display for the computer monitor, television screen, mobile phone displays, color pixel in the inkjet printing, etc. These are there. These are the application of the electroluminescent polymer. Chalo, 1 minute, just prepare the application. I am going to ask this application. These only you are supposed to do it on your own, but I have explained it. Chalo, give me at least 4 application of electroluminescent polymer. फटाफट. चलो, give the application फटाफट. Please give the application फटाफट. As a display, it is
Displaying
used where?
monitors, televisions,
Computer monitor, television screen, mobile phone,
inkjet
Inkjet
and
printer,
pixel in the
inkjet printer.
inkjet printing. Okay, now the last type of specialty polymer is called as fiber reinforced plastic or polymer. Fiber reinforced plastic or fiber reinforced polymer. Remember the name, it is little bit longer. Fiber reinforced polymer or plastic. Now, so here, first, before studying this, what is FRP? First, we will study what is polymer composites. Polymer, when it is a simple polymer like a nylon or polyethylene, polystyrene, it is a polymer. But if you add something to this polymer, then it is called as polymer composites, because it is a combination of polymer with certain elements. Why these elements are added? These elements are added to improve certain properties. And here we will call them as fibers. ते जे केमिकल आपण ऍड करणार आहोत, काही प्रॉपर्टी बेसिक पॉलिमर मध्ये टाकून जे केमिकल ऍड करणार आहोत त्याला आपण म्हणणार आहोत फायबर रिइन्फोर्स्ड पॉलिमर और प्लास्टिक. रिइन्फोर्स्ड म्हणजे फोर्सफुली आपण ऍड केलेले आहेत त्याच्यात. तर आपण जे फायबर, जे प्रॉपर्टी इम्प्रूव्ह करण्याकरता काही मटेरियल ऍड करतो फोर्सफुली, त्याला म्हणायचं फायबर रिइन्फोर्स्ड पॉलिमर और प्लास्टिक. अँड if we use the fiber, what are different fibers? These fibers are, again I am going to tell you, but what are these? For example, fibers are glass. You can add a glass to the polymer, then you can add carbon to the polymer, you can add aluminum to the polymer, you can add asbestos to the polymer, you can add aramid to the polymer, etc. So all these are the reinforced material which we can add to the polymer. Now which polymer can be converted into FRP? The example of the polymer I am giving, remember, it may be nylon, polyester resin, epoxy resin, then polyethylene, polypropylene, etc. यांच्या प्रॉपर्टीज नायलॉन, पॉलिएथिलीन, पॉलिप्रॉपिलीन यांचे हे जे पॉलिएथिलीन, पॉलिप्रॉपिलीन, नायलॉन हे जे किंवा इपॉक्सी रेझिन हे जे आहेत पॉलिमर, त्यांच्या प्रॉपर्टीज आपण इम्प्रूव्ह करू शकतो बाय ऍडिंग द फायबर. फायबरचे एक्झाम्पल मी परत सांगते. दे आर द आयदर ग्लास or carbon or aramid or asbestos are the fibers. So here you can see this is your polymer. This is your polymer which may be nylon, epoxy resin, etc, etc. And this at the center is your reinforced material. And at the border of them, at the intersection point, there is a certain border which is called as interface or interfacial bond. Interfacial bond at the border which is there. Can you see? This is the polymer. It may be a nylon, polyethylene, polypropylene, epoxy resin, etc. And we are improving, adding certain reinforced material like a fiber. Fiber may be glass fiber, carbon, aramid, then asbestos, etc. It is at the center, but at the junction of these two material, there is a border which is called as interface or interfacial bond. The properties of the polymer composite or FRP depends on the strength of the bond, the interfacial bond. If it is strong, then the resultant polymer composite has high dimensional stability, high tensile strength, high heat and electrical resistance, and corrosion resistance. So all the properties of FRP or polymer composite depends on the strength of the bond, which is called as interfacial bond. So what is interfacial bond? कुठे असतो तो इंटरफेशियल बॉन्ड? चलो स्पीक आउट. इंटरफेशियल बॉन्ड, वेअर इट इज? इंटरफेशियल बॉन्ड, वेअर इट इज? चलो स्पीक आउट. इंटरफेशियल बॉन्ड कुठे आहे? हे काय बाहेर जे आहे ते काय आहे?
Primary polymer.
पॉलिमर. पॉलिमर आहे. सेंटरला जे काय आहे त्याला आपण म्हणले रिइन्फोर्स्ड मटेरियल. रिइन्फोर्स्ड मटेरियल का टाकतोय तर आपल्याला प्रॉपर्टीज इम्प्रूव्ह करायच्या आहे, म्हणजे डायमेन्शनल स्टॅबिलिटी, थर्मल स्टॅबिलिटी इम्प्रूव्ह करायच्या आहे म्हणून ते टाकतो. तर रिइन्फोर्स्ड मटेरियलला आपण दुसरं काय नाव दिलंय? फायबर. फायबरचं एक्झाम्पल मी कुठले कुठले सांगितले तुम्हाला आता? ग्लास फायबर, कार्बन फायबर, ॲस्बेस्टॉस एटसेट्रा. आणि हे जेव्हा मिक्स करतो तेव्हा ऍट द सेंटर तुमचं हे आहे रिइन्फोर्स्ड मटेरियल आहे, आणि या दोघांच्या जंक्शनला जी बॉर्डर आहे किंवा जो बॉन्ड आहे त्याला म्हणायचं इंटरफेस किंवा इंटरफेशियल बॉन्ड. तर आता रिझल्टंट कंपोजिटची स्ट्रेंथ किंवा प्रॉपर्टी याच्या स्ट्रेंथवर अवलंबून असतात. हा जो बॉन्ड स्ट्रॉंग असेल, त्यांनी जर हे दोघं मटेरियल स्ट्रॉंगली हेल्ड केले असतील तर रिझल्टंट पॉलिमरची स्ट्रेंथ जास्त असेल. जर हा बॉन्ड जर वीक असेल तर रिझल्टंट पॉलिमर वीक असेल. कळले का सगळ्यांना? से समथिंग.
Yes, ma'am.
हा
Yes,
तर
ma'am.
या
Yes, ma'am.
इंटरफेशियल बॉन्डच्या स्ट्रेंथवर रिझल्टंट FRP ची, व्हॉट इज द डिफरन्स बिटवीन पॉलिमर कंपोजिट अँड द FRP? वन अँड द सेम, बट पॉलिमर कंपोजिट मीन्स any polymer we are taking, and reinforced material any reinforced material we are taking. But when we are calling fiber reinforced means fibers are these which I am telling repeatedly: glass, carbon, aramid, asbestos, etc. So at the intersection, whatever bond is there, if it is strong, then resultant polymer is strong. If it is weak, resultant polymer is weak. That is about the bond. So now here these are the characteristic properties of this. Characteristic property of this depends on the nature of the fiber, nature of the fiber and nature of the polymer. पॉलिमर म्हणजे नायलॉन वापरतोय का, पॉलिएथिलीन वापरतोय का, पॉलिप्रॉपिलिन वापरतोय का, इपॉक्सी रेझिन आहे, तर कुठलं आपण पॉलिमर वापरतोय त्याच्या नेचरवर, आणि नेचर ऑफ द फायबर कुठलं वापरतोय, त्याची स्ट्रेंथ काय आहे, त्याची हीट रेजिस्टन्स कपॅसिटी काय याच्यावर अवलंबून आहे. अँड स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द इंटरफेशियल बॉन्ड कशावर प्रॉपर्टीज अवलंबून आहे? ऑन विच 3 फॅक्टर प्रॉपर्टीज आर डिपेंडंट? चलो स्पीक आउट. कशावर प्रॉपर्टीज FRP च्या अवलंबून
Nature
आहेत?
of orientation.
Nature and
नेचर अँड ओरिएंटेशन ऑफ फायबर. नेचर अँड ओरिएंटेशन ऑफ फायबर. नेचर ऑफ पॉलिमर and the strength of the interfacial bond.
Nature of polymer matrix.
What is interfacial bond? What is interfacial bond?
bond between polymer and reinforced material.
रिइन्फोर्स्ड मटेरियल जर फायबर असेल तर त्याला FRP म्हणायचं. रिइन्फोर्स्ड मटेरियल जर फायबर नसेल तर त्याला पॉलिमर कंपोजिट म्हणायचं. म्हणजे FRP हा एक प्रकारचा पॉलिमर कंपोजिट आहे. तर आता मी जे एक्झाम्पल दिले ते तुम्ही इथे पाठ करा. ग्लास, कार्बन, अॅरामिड, ॲल्युमिनियम, ॲस्बेस्टॉस, पेपर, वूड. रिमेंबर these are the fibers. आणि हे जेव्हा any one if it is added then it is FRP. So remember the names of the fibers: glass, carbon, aramid, aluminium, paper, wood, it's asbestos. Remember these 6 to 7 names: glass, carbon, aramid, aluminium, asbestos, paper, wood. Remember these names: glass, carbon, aramid, aluminium, asbestos, paper and wood fibers. So they come under fibers. And polymer matrix, there are 2 types: thermosoftening and thermosetting. Thermosoftening म्हणजे जे प्लास्टिक हीट केल्यानंतर मेल्ट होतात त्याला म्हणायचं थर्मोसॉफ्टनिंग, आणि जे हीट केल्यानंतर त्याच्यावर काही परिणाम होत नाही त्याला म्हणायचं थर्मोसेटिंग. तर थर्मोसॉफ्टनिंगचे काय एक्झाम्पल आहे? नायलॉन, पॉलिएथिलीन, पॉलिप्रॉपिलिन. दे आर thermosoftening polymer. Thermosoftening means which gets softened on heating. The plastic or polymer which gets softened on heating is called as thermosoftening plastic. The examples are nylon, polyethylene, and polypropylene. ABS. What is the long form of ABS? B stand for butadiene, A stand for styrene, and A stand for acrylonitrile. So ABS is a type of rubber. ABS is a acrylonitrile butadiene styrene rubber. Remember all. These are the types of thermosoftening plastic. These are the types of thermosoftening polymers which are used for FRP. Again, I'll repeat, thermosoftening means which gets softened on heating. The example are nylon, polyethylene, polypropylene, and ABS. What is ABS? Long form of ABS? Yes, anyone?
Acrylonitrile butadiene styrene plastic.
Acrylonitrile butadiene styrene rubber. They are what type of polymer they are? Thermosoftening or thermosetting?
Thermosoftening.
What do you mean by thermosoftening? The polymer which gets softened on heating is called as thermosoftening, and the one which does not get softened on heating is called as thermosetting. What are the example of thermosetting? Epoxy resin, phenolic resins, and polyester. The three example of thermosetting are polyester, epoxy resin, and the phenolic resin. The three examples are of thermosetting are polyesters, epoxy resin, and phenolic resins. Polyesters, epoxy resin, and phenolic resins. Polyesters, epoxy resin, and phenolic resins. Thermosoftening are nylon, polyethylene, polypropylene, ABS. Thermosetting are polyester, epoxy resin, and phenolic resins. These are the fibers they look like, and the property, general properties which depends on the nature of the fiber, nature of the polymer, and also the strength of the interfacial bond. So high tensile strength, high stiffness, lower density, high tensile strength, high dimensional stability, they are common property. Here additional one is high elastic modulus. So all these are the common, this is uncommon. So remember high elastic modulus. Remember the properties simultaneously. High tensile strength, high dimensional stability, low density, light in weight, high stiffness, they are common. High elasticity modulus, that is different. Now, so there are three types we have to study. Glass fiber reinforced polymer composite. जेव्हा आपण ग्लास फायबर वापरला असतो FRP मध्ये, त्याला म्हणायचं ग्लास फायबर रिइन्फोर्स्ड पॉलिमर कंपोजिट. स्पिनरेट तुम्ही पाहिले का? चाळणी टाईप, लोखंडी चाळणी टाईप, ज्याला होल्स असतात छोटे छोटे. पाहिले का चाळणी स्पिनरेट? हा, गहू वगैरे आपण नाही का त्याच्यात पोरकिडे किंवा काय खडे असतील तर आपण ती चाळणी वापरतो. पाहिले का तुम्ही स्पिनरेट?
Ma'am.
Have you
Yes,
seen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So that
Oh,
type of metallic plate or cup which has a holes for filtration. Metallic plate or cup which has a hole, small holes for filtration. So it is used, the glass fiber is used along with it is added either to nylon or polyester, etc. And glass fibers obtained by forcing glass melt through the spinneret having small holes and rapidly pulling and cooling to get fibers. जे मेल्ट मध्ये glass fiber are obtained by forcing the glass melt fiber, you have to melt them, and through spinneret you have to pass them in the polymeric chain. So and you have to draw them in the form of chain. They are called as glass fiber reinforced polymer. म्हणजे गरम करायचा ग्लास आणि स्पिनरेट मधनं तो पास करायचा पॉलिमर मध्ये, and immediately you have to pull them in the form of chains or the what you say the molecules which on cooling get fibers. These type of fibers you get on cooling. त्याच्यात हे ग्लास मटेरियल दिसतंय आणि बेस जो आहे तो तुमचं नायलॉन किंवा पॉलिएस्टर आहे ह्याच्यात, आणि हे ग्लास फायबर आहे. तर हे ग्लास फायबर रिइन्फोर्स्ड कंपोजिट मटेरियल आहे. मोल्टन मास ऑफ पॉलिमर घेतलेले आहे, मोल्टन मास ऑफ ग्लास घेतले. फक्त ग्लासचं मोल्टन मास आपण चाळणीमधनं ओतलेलं आहे, त्यामुळे ते इरेग्युलरच ऍड झालेलं आहे आणि ते लगेच दे आर पुल्ड इन द फॉर्म ऑफ द चेन्स, पॉलिमर चेन्स, अँड कूलिंग दे फॉर्म द फायबर. They have the improved property like tensile strength, as I have said. Lower density is also common, and excellent resistance to the corrosion, which is also common. But what is the true limitation of this? So high tensile strength, low density, lightweight. These are the properties which are there. Resistance to corrosion and chemicals. These are the common properties which are applicable here also. But they are not stable at high temperature. Glass fiber reinforced material get decomposed. on heating to high temperature. Therefore, they find the application only in a limited temperature range. त्यांचं टेम्परेचर रेझिस्टन्स कमी आहे, त्यामुळे हाय टेम्परेचरला ते डिकम्पोज होतात. म्हणजे ते सेपरेट होतात. ग्लास फायबर आणि पॉलिमर सेपरेट होतात. म्हणून दे फाइंड देअर ऍप्लिकेशन ओनली इन द limited range. And second is stiffness also is less. Remember that high tensile strength is there, lower density is there, light in weight is there, good corrosion resistance or resistance to chemical is there. But what are the limitation? एक तर टेम्परेचर रेझिस्टन्स त्यांचा कमी आहे, ते डिकम्पोज होतात आणि पॉलिमर आणि ग्लास सेपरेट होतात, त्यामुळे लिमिटेड टेम्परेचर रेंजमध्ये ते अप्लाय केले जातात. आणि दुसरं म्हणजे त्यांचा स्टिफनेस कमी असतो, टफनेस किंवा स्टिफनेस कमी असतो, त्यामुळे स्ट्रक्चरल कंपोनंटमध्ये त्याचा यूज जास्त होत नाही. So what are the application? Again, this is your part, but I am especially it is used in the automobile parts. Storage tank. आपल्याकडे ज्या water storage tank असतात प्लास्टिकच्या, that are made up of glass fiber reinforced material. Industrial flooring. Then plastic pipes, PVC pipes. जसे असतात तशा टाईपचे. They are extensively used in the automobile to reduce the vehicle weight. आजकाल सायकलमध्ये पण हे पॉलिमर वापरायला लागले. त्याच्यावरचं जे मडगार्ड असतं ते आधी मेटॅलिक असायचं, आता हे ग्लास फायबर रिइन्फोर्स मटेरियल वापरतं, कारण याची मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग कॉस्ट कमी आहे, ते लाईट इन वेट आहे, त्यामुळे व्हेकलचं वेट सुद्धा कमी होतं आणि वेट कमी झाल्यावर फ्युएल एफिशियन्सी व्हेकलची वाढते. तर आजकाल ऑटोमोबाईल इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये मेटल is replaced mainly by the glass fiber reinforced material. In addition to that, it finds its application in the pipes. It is there. Then storage, water storage tanks, automobile parts. But you cannot store. So these are the application of glass fiber. But you cannot use it at high temperature, or you cannot use it in the structural components where the strength needs to be little high. So these are the application of this. Now second type of FRP is carbon, where carbon is used as a fiber and the polymer is maybe epoxy resin or polyester resin. Remember the combination. Here fiber is the carbon and the polymer is either epoxy resin or polyester. What was the combination earlier? Who was the fiber? Who was the fiber in earlier case?
Glass.
Glass. And who was the polymer?
Glass.
Who was the polymer? Yes. Remember this, it is very much important for MCQ type of question. Nylon and polyester. Here it is, polyester is common both, but earlier nylon was there, here epoxy resins are there. So carbon fiber, you have to mix with the epoxy resin, and you can see that in the automobile part it is used. So must be the strength is very high. Excellent resistance to the corrosion, common property, high elastic modulus. Where it was again, high elastic modulus. I told you that it is new. You remember this high elastic modulus. See, pay attention. Low density again it is common, and temperature resistance is common. Only temperature resistance is not applicable for glass fiber. So temperature resistance is there, resistance to corrosion is there, and also it is used in the structural component. And temperature resistant जास्त आहे आणि स्टिफनेस पण त्याचा जास्त आहे, हार्डनेस पण त्याचा जास्त आहे. मग त्याच्यात कशात वापरले? एअरक्राफ्ट म्हणजे विमानाचे जे विंग्स असतात, पंख असतात, दे आर मेड अप ऑफ this carbon fiber reinforced polymer material. Then the body of the aircraft, it is also made up of कार्बन फायबर. तर ऍप्लिकेशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्ह्यू MCQ तुम्हाला विचारले जाणार, कारण तुम्ही ऍप्लिकेशन तयार केले का नाही हे पाहिलं जाणार. तर एअरक्राफ्ट बॉडी कशाची बनलेली असते? तर डॅश डॅश. सो 4 ऑप्शन विल बी गिवन टू यू. One will be glass fiber, second will be glass fiber reinforced polymer, second will be carbon fiber reinforced polymer, third will be something else, fourth will be something else. You have to choose the correct one. So the aircraft body as well as wings, they are made up of carbon fiber reinforced polymer. Remember that this type of question will be asked. application you are going to study. So we will check, means the examiner will check that whether you have prepared the application or not. That is why I am taking the application also, which otherwise you are supposed to prepare on your own. तर एअरक्राफ्टची हेलिकॉप्टरची पण बॉडी विंग्स आणि स्टॅबिलायझर हे कार्बन फायबर रिइन्फोर्स पॉलिमरचे बनलेले असतात. एअरक्राफ्टचे विंग्स, बॉडी आणि स्टॅबिलायझर हे एअरक्राफ्ट ॲज वेल ॲज हेलिकॉप्टर दोघांचे हे पार्ट जे बनलेले ते कार्बन फायबरचे बनलेले, कारण टफनेस जास्त आहे आणि हिट रेजिस्टन्स जास्त आहे. दे आर ऑल्सो युज्ड इन द स्पोर्ट्स गुड्स लाईक rackets, archery, racing bicycles, etc. Then also they are used in the laptop, fishing rods, musical instruments, violin bows, guitar, pick guards, etc. So remember all the application, mainly the wings, body and stabilizer of aircraft and the helicopter in the sport goods, then in the laptops, fishing rods, also it is used in the musical instrument like violin, guitar, etc. Violin bows or guitar pick guards, etc. Have you learned the application, everyone? Yes. Have you learned the application,
ma'am.
everyone? Yes. Okay. So now I will ask someone, what are the application of carbon fiber reinforced material?
It is used in to make the body of helicopters, aeroplanes,
Wings.
stabilizers,
They are used in
wings of
making
Also in
sports
sports
goods,
good.
Sports
And
goods
also
and
in
fishing
instruments,
fishing
rods.
rods,
fishing
the-
rod,
musical
sports goods
instruments,
and
Musical instruments.
it
musical
has a
instruments.
used way
What
of
are the application of
aerodynamics.
laptops.
what are the
Postcard.
application of glass reinforced polymer, composite polymer? ग्लास म्हणते मी पहिलं वालं.
Automobile parts, storage tanks, industrial flooring
Brakes,
plastic pipes.
brakes, clutches, etc.
Clutches,
Brakes.
etc. Yes, ma'am.
They are used to reduce the vehicle's weight.
Yeah, no, here they are there. Application storage tanks are there. Then industrial flooring, pipes, etc. Remember the application. They are going to be there at least 1 or 2 application. Third type is in which carbon aramid is used as a reinforced material, and the polymer here is polyester. See, everywhere polyester is common. In second and third, polyester and epoxy is common. In first, instead of epoxy, it was nylon. So how to remember? First, glass fiber reinforced material, it was glass, and it was polyester and polyester and nylon. Glass was there, nylon and the polyester was there. In the second, polyester and epoxy resin is there. In third, also polyester and epoxy resin is there. In second, carbon is used as a fiber, and in third, aramid is used as a fiber. So you can see what are the different parts. Again, here the wings of the aircraft, like a earlier one, carbon fiber reinforced polymer composite, it is used in the wings or the stabilizer. Yeah, again here shown. Again here it is the high tensile strength is there, high thermal stability is there, high compression strength, means you can apply the pressure and you can draw them in the form of wire sheets, etc. So that is there. But what are the limitation of this? They are degradable by acid and bases. So you cannot use them for the storage of chemicals. हे ज्या प्रकारचं पॉलिमर किंवा प्लास्टिक आहे ते आपण केमिकल स्टोअर करण्याकरता वापरू शकत नाही, ऍसिड किंवा बेस स्टोअर करण्याकरता वापरू शकत नाही, कारण they are not resistant to corrosion. See, this is the property different for this particular polymer, aramid fiber reinforced polymer composite. This is the property which is different. The rest all are same. Corrosion resistance इथे नाहीये, त्यामुळे ऍसिड आणि alkaline or any chemical you cannot store in it. Aramid fiber composites are classified into two types, short fiber or long fiber. Short fibers, what are the characteristics? High surface area, toughness is there, strength is there, heat stability is there, and wear resistance is there. You have to remember, nothing to explain, you have to remember, learn only high surface area, toughness, strength, heat resistance, and wear resistance. High surface area, toughness, strength, wear resistance, and the stability, heat resistance, heat stability, and wear resistance. Here it is used in the automobile brakes and clutches. Short fiber, these are the two types of the aramid fiber, short fiber and long fiber reinforced composite. Short fiber, have surface area, toughness, they have high strength, heat and wear resistance. Long fiber, they can absorb the energy and therefore they are compressible, and they are used as in the structural advanced engineering material like aircraft, helicopter parts, like the earlier one, that is the glass fiber reinforced, not glass, carbon fiber reinforced polymer composite. हे कॉम्प्रेसिबल असल्यामुळे एअरक्राफ्ट आणि हेलिकॉप्टर मध्ये वापरतात. हे एअर ब्रेक्स आणि याच्यात वापरलं जातं, क्लचेस मध्ये, ऑटोमोबाईल ब्रेक्स अँड क्लचेस मध्ये. Now these are the books which you are supposed to refer. Wrap up what we have learned. The chemistry of Portland cement we have learned. Then we have also learned specialty polymer, conducting polymer. We have two types, intrinsic, extrinsic. Then we have seen the second type of polymer, electroluminescent polymer. Third type of polymer, liquid crystal polymer. And fourth type of specialty polymer, that is electroluminescent polymers. And we have seen the application of all. The application, even I have explained, you are supposed to prepare it. Someone you will message me the, okay, now we will start with the, okay, thank you. I will share the attendance. Our class is up to 12:30. Give the attendance, and at the same time, kind request, please message me the name of the student. Already for the first time, those who tried this, all the names I have stored them in my mobile, those who tried to disturb the class. So if you will not send, already the list is with me. I will display the whole list. See whether this link works. Otherwise, I will share another link. Yesterday, M division, that link was not working. Check it once and tell me otherwise. Someone you message
Ma'am,
me.
it's working.
Yeah,
No,
okay,
it's
give the
working.
attendance. Okay, give the attendance. Someone you take the lead and send me your mail ID. I will immediately send today. I will share it on the mail ID of someone, and his or her responsibility to download it and post it on the our official group for unit 1 as well as
Yes,
for
ma'am.
unit 2. Someone take the lead.
Okay,
Do
ma'am.
it fast. Do it fast.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. When you will finish, tell me. I will end up the meeting.
Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Done? Shall I end up the meeting?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone left out filling the form?
No, ma'am.
1 minute, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Chalo, do it fast.
हो गया मैम.
Okay, thank you. Someone share your mail ID to on my personal WhatsApp with your name, registration number.